They're the positives that so the positives about Bangladesh football is getting 11 players on that pitch in a positive frame of mind and with a great attitude that they've given us over the last 2 games and competing against opposition like tonight. We don't come like Malaysia did and sit back and just get picked off. We go down on with a whimper. We had a go, and I was proud of the way the girls they went about it. Didn't have enough quality at the end of the day, but that is, we don't have a professional league, and until Bangladesh puts in place a professional league, you're gonna have huge issues. You're gonna have big problems. You know, irrespective of who's in charge or who's coaching who. They've shown tonight that they've got many players playing all over Eastern Europe, Turkey, Russia, Ukraine, etc. And that's the level that we need to be playing on a regular basis, and that's also the level that we basically need to be playing against and competing with if we want to improve. It was a different game. It was a different type of game. Malaysia defended deep, they defend deep, but you got to remember, you're playing against a team which has got better quality. Had better quality than Malaysia. I thought against Malaysia, I thought we played better, more controlled football. I thought tonight, we maybe rushed it a little bit. But I'm proud of the girls. I said to them, I said, listen, all I want you to do is go out there, give your all like you did against Malaysia, and most importantly, make a game of it. And they made a game of it, and they took it to the brink. You know, 6-7 minutes before we conceded a sloppy goal, and the first goal was a sloppy goal as well. Do you know what? You might lose 8 matches back to back. We are Malaysia. I can only take positives what those girls give me. I can't take positives for what's happening outside of this our training bubble. I can't take responsibility for that. If we don't have any training facilities, we don't have a gym worth talking about, we don't have a league worth talking about, we don't have a league full stop. So what you're asking me to do is, you know when you go to a children's birthday party and there's a magician there and he's got a big black hat and he's pulling white rabbits out of the hat. Do you think I'm that magician? They're the positives so the positives about Bangladesh football is getting 11 players on that pitch in a positive frame of mind and with a great attitude that they've given us over the last 2 games and competing against opposition like tonight. That's the positive. I can tell you, I've got a list of negatives. Constant, you know, they're there. No league. You know, do you know how much money those girls get paid for Azerbaijan? Do you know how much they get paid? Fortunes, hundreds of thousands of dollars. They get match fees on time. Now, come on, you've got to get realistic here. You know, I am not the magician at the children's birthday party that pulls out white rabbits. I'm really bad at giving marks out. I always have been. I've never been generous because I always want more. I thought the effort and the way they tried to execute the game plan was 10 out of 10 in terms of actually how we wanted to go about it. Because we went about it completely different to the way Malaysia did. Malaysia sat back and were negative. We had a go. We made a game of it. And I don't want to, what you got to understand is that we're competing against a team which competes, or their players compete day in, day out, week in, week out, at professional levels. You know, so the positives, if you're talking about effort, I'll give them 10 out of 10. If you're talking about quality, we're probably around about 5, 6, maybe 7, if I'm being generous. And that's I'm just being. Listen, I would play, and I know this guy here is super negative, but what I would turn around and say is that I would play stronger opposition right up until if we could, And if we got beat, we got beat, as long as we learn from it. And it doesn't matter whether I'm sat here in charge or anybody else, if somebody else is. The most important thing is these girls have been used to playing at SAF level. SAF level is terrible. SAF level is not strong level. You've got to compete at AFC level. That team plays against European teams. I watched them play recently against, and it was exactly more or less the same team. They played Switzerland, and they got beat 3-0. And they and it was like a similar scenario like tonight, maybe a little bit rear guard. But they have better quality players than what we do, and you have to accept that. You're probably 100% right. I just felt that I thought Nobby ran tonight was outstanding. I thought and this is what some of you, not all, some. I'm not going to generalise. Some of you only look for the negatives, and I think as a non-footballing nation, I think what you have to understand and realise is that if we are going to move forwards as a group, you've got to give a little bit of credit to some of the younger players that actually play in the team, because it is a little bit of a changing of the guard in a slow. Nobby ran tonight, I thought, was outstanding. You know, she's come through. She's 18. She's a really and I thought Afeda gave a free kick away for this first goal, and I thought which could have been avoided. So there you go. 2 mistakes. We get punished, and you get punished when you play against teams at that level. Yeah, absolutely. You asked sensible questions, actually. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think we were going to come up against an Uzbekistan team, which is technically very gifted, good team, no mugs, and I think we have to be mindful of that, and we have to learn from tonight. Is that if you waste possession, and you don't recycle it and look after the ball and take care of the ball, meaning keeping the ball, you lose it, you turn it over, you get punished, because these teams are quick, and they're super quick on the counter attack.